In part 1, we met a couple of students studying in Melbourne, Australia, and got to know about their experiences in the job market. If you haven't seen that video yet, the link is in the description. Also, you can download a collection of best SOPs to apply to Australian universities and colleges for completely free of cost. The link is in the pinned comments and the description box. Now let's continue our conversation. For many students, universities is the first point of reference. All Australian universities have on-campus careers teams that help students to brush up their CVs, cover letters, and help them with networking. But unlike India, the concept of placements is not very common, and networking plays the most important role in job hunting. For many students, that comes as a shocker.
Definitely, it's really heartbreaking. It's not easy to apply for a job. It takes at least 10 to 15 minutes for every job application. And I remember just trying to make sure that my resume was matching the job title, and it takes a while. So it's really disappointing when you get a rejection email. It was really, really demotivating. There was a point where I really considered just moving back home because it would be easier. But it's just keep at it and keep making connections, reaching out to industry professionals and just seeking help. I think the university was also a great support when you reach out to the careers team. They always try to look out for their international students, so I really think that's what kept me going.
Interestingly, many students after graduating from Australian universities found good opportunities and placements back home and decided to move back and contribute to India's growth story.
A few of my friends actually did go back to India because they just found that job opportunities were better there, and even when it came to further education, the placement was better in India.
Yes, the experience can be quite challenging, but there are many bright spots. Many Indian students learn to be independent, manage work, money, home, all at once, which they may not have been doing back home. Also, there are some hacks you should follow to help you settle in easily and get accustomed to the Australian way of life.
So my advice to the students coming here would be sincerely study first things first, because you're coming, you're spending so much money. So sincerely first concentrate on your studies, but do make an effort to land jobs inside your university. Try to financially support yourself so that if you have taken a loan or you've taken money from your parents, you can support yourself. That will be the best thing. Secondly, try to look for internships in your uni. There are courses like mentorship, and your uni helps a lot with these internal internships or uni connections. So try to go through these courses and these platforms, try to exploit these platforms so that you can land these internships, which will eventually land you your first job in Australia.
I'd say do your research, know what the opportunities are like for you. Don't come in thinking that it's all fun and easy. So yeah, just do your research and definitely compare it to the opportunities available in India before you decide to move to Australia to study or work.
Just believe in yourself. You're going to have an amazing experience, and just keep working hard. I think along your university experience, make sure to make a lot of connections and networks. I know it seems really taxing. You have uni work, you have assignments, but do make the time and effort to go for a lot of events that are related to your field. Reach out to industry professionals that are already working, talk to them, and sort of keep that connection going. Trust me, it goes a really long way once you graduate. It becomes a lot easier to sort of connect to people and sort of see if they have any job opening, because the market's quite uncertain.
The next best thing would be to use LinkedIn. In India, we don't use LinkedIn that often, but in Australia, we don't have a big concept of campus placements. We do have open fairs and job fairs, but it is a very different concept from campus placements. So in Australia, it's all about telling the world what you are about. You have to learn how to communicate and sell yourself. So try to learn these things, and you can do these things from LinkedIn. So yes, these are the things that I will suggest you to do as soon as you land here or in the first 2 years as a student here.
To people coming to Australia for the first time, I would recommend coming to Australia because you'll learn a lot of things staying alone, and then managing your expenses would be a major thing you'll learn. And yeah, it's a good experience.
I would say that please don't come here with shiny eyes. It's not as pretty as it seems. The reality is that you're gonna have hard days. It's gonna be a challenge, but you'll just come out stronger at the end of it.
Every country has its own way of doing things. What is maybe a normal thing in India, the same may not be true for Australia. The idea is to get yourselves aligned to the new customs, new ways of life, and the new country you're traveling to.
A lot of amazing people and made some memories that I'll cherish for the rest of my life. But after university ended, the reality of the job market and starting your career, that's not as pleasant as it may seem.
I think it's been positive for me. I would say that because living alone for 3 years away from family was hard, but I really learnt a lot about myself. The most basic thing was learning how to cook, learning how to schedule my own time to study, to complete house chores, and etc. But more importantly, just the friends I made along the way. So I'd say I had a really positive experience. I also think my friends played a big part in just motivating me in my job hunt. You know, all of us are in the same boat right now. So I think I've had a great experience just learning to cope and not giving up with their support. So I think so far I've had a really positive experience.
Came out for the first time away from my family here in Australia. So it was a good experience learning all the things, taking care of myself, taking care of all my expenses and everything. And then, yeah, in total, it was a pretty good experience.
I think the experience is what you make of it. I've had quite a bit of struggles. In hindsight, I think it was overall a positive experience. I feel like I've grown a lot as a person and matured a lot, which I don't think I would have done. I've done my bachelor's from Delhi University in India, but to be living in the comforts of your own home versus to be struggling to paying rent and paying your own bills, I think that's what shapes you. So I feel like everyone should get out for at least some course, go out of their comfort zone and experience it for themselves.
Experience is what you truly make out of it. Australia or any other country is no dreamland, but yes, it does promise a reward if you're ready to work hard. For many, experiences can be negative or positive, but what truly matters is what that experience taught you.
My experience in Australia has been a very positive experience, I would say. To some extent, it is all about growing as a person. It's about getting out of your comfort zone. You get to learn so much about yourself and about your capabilities, And yeah, you know, it's that phase of your life, you know. You just have to get out of your comfort zone, make new friends, make new connections, and I think that's what this experience is all about.
For many Indian students, Australia has fulfilled a lot of their dreams. Finding your feet in the new country can be hard, but here's my advice. Don't forget to learn a skill or two, experience the local culture, adapt to the new ways of life, and most importantly, make new friends and connections along the way. As they say, life will not always be fair, but it will be surely worth it.